Well, what's up, guys? I don't think we got the audio set up quite the way it's supposed to be set up, so we need to make sure that is working. But it is time for Who News, news that you probably won't care about next week, like my shirt, right? You won't know about that if you're just listening. Head over to the YouTube channel, V3TV Podcast. Today, we got National Calendar Day. We got On This Day in History. We got some news from The Onion and the weird news from The Mirror. We also got some real news from MSN, if time allows. Who News, news you probably will not remember next week. Let's go. Cheer up. Let's make a podcast, ladies and germs. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching, if you are watching, that means you're on the YouTube channel. Please, at very least, hit that like button. Hit the like button so people can get some good news in their life. It's not all about vaccine stuff and coves and money and stuff. So let's get on with it and get you on with your day. Today is October 17th, 2022. It is the 290th day of the year, the 42nd week of the year, and it is 79% in the past. Today is National Bosses Day. No one cares, right? National Black Poetry Day. Let's take a look at that one. Let's see if we can give you a little bit more on that one. Honors past and present Black poets. Duh. The day also commemorates the birth of the first published Black poet in the United States. Jupiter Hammond was born in Long Island, New York on October 17th, 1711. So you're getting your history lessons early today, guys. National Edge Day. Is this like the YouTube guy? Oh, Straight Edge. National Edge Day on October 17th promotes a movement of youth refraining from using alcohol, tobacco, and other recreational drugs. National Edge Day. We used to call that Straight Edge. I think that was like Straight Edge punks or something back in the day. National Mulligan Day. National Mulligan Day is observed annually on October 17th. In golf, a mulligan happens when a player gets a second chance to perform a specific move or action. The day offers an opportunity to give yourself a second chance, or some people call it a do-over. Can we move this mic? Because I don't know if you can hear me. There we go. The do-over day. Getting you a do-over day. Sorry, we're trying to get this. We got this stand that I'm not too happy with right now. On the mic, mickety, mic. National Pasta Day and National Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day. Oh boy, that's a day that it will take all day. In my case, on to this day in history on October 17th, Mother Teresa, 1979, was awarded the Nobel Prize, founder of a Roman Catholic order, a woman dedicated to the poor and particularly to the destitute of India, was named the recipient of that year's Nobel Prize for Peace. Featured biography, Mae Jemison, American physician, wow, an astronaut. She was born today in 1956-65 in Decatur, Alabama. On this day, whose birthdays are we celebrating today? 1972, I didn't know Eminem was older than me. Eminem, Marshall Mathers, is from Detroit as well. 1962, American animator, writer, director, and producer, most notably known for Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge, born today. 1938, American stuntman, Evel Knievel. And 1920, American actor Montgomery Clift. Don't know who that is. But I do know that in 1918, American actress Rita Hayworth was born. 2018, these are more events on this day that you may or may not find interesting. We hope you do. Can we turn me up? There we go. Now the world can hear me properly. 2018, recreational marijuana became legal in Canada, which is odd given the way that Canada is behaving today. 2005, The Colbert Report, an ironic send-up of television news programs hosted by Stephen Colbert, debuted on Comedy Central until it ran in 2014. The Colbert, this is kind of like a Colbert Report. Not really. It's not funny like that. But anyway, 1968, the American action film Bullet was released. It features Steve McQueen and that dope Mustang. What else happened? Anything of any interest that we haven't already mentioned? War and stuff like that. Johann Sebastian Bach married his cousin back in 1707. I guess that kind of stuff was okay back then. Moving on. Oh, boy. We're on the onion. We're on the onion. Report finds Russian hackers gained access to millions of metaverse legs. Yeah. Arizona explains why they are voting for... Okay, we don't care about that. Kanye West seeks reconciliation with Jewish cabal to collab on Yeezy's ex-Jews streetwear. Okay. We already know what we got to say in regards to that statement. Can you read the shirt? Trying to sort my microphone life out, headphone life out, guys. Sorry. Kanye doesn't matter, you guys. That's all. That's what my shirt says. If you're not watching, which you should be, and you should hopefully have already hit that thumbs up, please. I can't afford any more of these shirts until you guys thumb it up. Let's get to something in the onion that might be interesting. Bumbling American tourist visiting Vatican accidentally breaks Pope. This is the best one I think I found. We gotta bring that down a touch. Headline: So you brought home a white girl, huh? Says skeptical white parents to white son. All right. Here we go. Westport, Connecticut. Local white parents Dennis and Teresa Ludlow expressed skepticism Monday while confronting their white son about the fact that he brought home a white girl. We couldn't help but notice that the girl you brought over for Sunday dinner was white, huh? Says Teresa Ludlow, explaining that they had nothing against white people per se, but that it was just interesting that their white son would want to date a white woman. Courtney? Is that how you pronounce her name? Of course, you can bring home whoever you want, but she just seems very suburban. I don't know if our families will have much in common, with us, with the whole us being white and them being white thing. I mean, what will your white grandmother say? At press time, Teresa claimed it was difficult to understand her white son's white girlfriend's white accent. This website is so stupid. Okay. What else have we got? Anything? We asked Dr. Fauci about what he's planning for the next pandemic. Fauci's retired. Knock it off. That's got to be an old story. What else do we got? Nothing. We're just going to move on. We're just going to get to the weird news. Where's the weird news? Is it there? I don't know. Burger King is giving away free Whoppers this Halloween to lucky ghost hunters. Let's take a look. We probably shouldn't, but I already clicked on it. Fast food chain Burger King will be giving away free Whoppers to lucky fans this Halloween, period, if they succeed at a rather spooky challenge. You could be in with a chance of winning one for yourself through the Burger King app, which will now have a ghost hunting feature. Tantalizing the taste buds of burger fans, the huge chain said. To celebrate the spookiest season of the year, Burger King is offering ghost hunters nationwide the chance to secure the iconic Whopper totally free, but only if they dare. Anyway, do we really need to read more of that? You can find these weird news stories on the Mirror website.co.uk. Because as you may or may not know, I will breeze over most of these stories, reading their headlines and not clicking on the story. I refuse to take the bait. Man's late night snack creation leaves people wanting to call the police. Do I click on that bait? No. My shameless neighbor stole my package, then lied about it. I've got photo proof. That's weird. Not really. Woman's accidental 1 pound hack to banish greasy roots days after showering. Woman gets tattoo of her dog's baby teeth, but nobody can tell what it is. Why? It looks okay. Foodie makes KFC fake away in air fryer and it looks pretty crispy. Woman hysterical after eyebrow lamination fail with some comparing her to TV character. Okay. My son is demanding I make his partner a separate meal to us. I refuse. Bait clicked. Only because I've got something to say about it. All right. A woman was baffled when her son demanded that she make something else other than curry because his boyfriend doesn't like it. But she refused to cook an alternative. She doesn't like that her son's gay. That's why, right? Can we just push that narrative? If you're having dinner guests round, then you probably plan a meal that you know everybody will enjoy. You'll have time to prep it, cook it, and enjoy it with those nearest and dearest to you. If you have a guest around randomly and unexpectedly, though you don't often have enough time to think about it, let alone cook a whole new meal because they may not like it. That's why one woman took the mom's net as she was baffled by when her son asked her to make a separate dinner for his partner because he didn't like what my mom was preparing already. The mom wrote, could do with some unbiased opinions as my son thinks I'm being very unreasonable. He's 18, been in a relationship since May, but they have been friends for years. So I did know his boyfriend. Why is the boyfriend in red? There's a hyperlink. I don't dare. The boyfriend comes to stay here or my son goes to his. If he's coming for dinner, I'm usually working, so have dinner early, which means my son makes dinner for them, which is usually something frozen or they eat out. Today, he's coming for dinner and my son asks what I'm making. I told him curry. He then says boyfriend doesn't like it and asked me to cook something else. I said no and told him to make his boyfriend something different. My son has refused and said I should as his boyfriend is a guest and I should know his boyfriend doesn't like curry as he is fussy. Oh boy. All right. Let me just take a sip here so that I can compose myself. There's so much here. I haven't even gotten through half the way through this article. There's so much here. First of all, you're 18. You're an adult. Go make your own food. I not dated a woman because she's like, oh, my son, he'll never do that chore. It's like, he's 14. Make him do it. There is no debating. We wonder why our society is the way it is. If you're upset about things like whatever, we created this society. Not me, not all of us, but we as a generation created these kids that want to identify as black when they're not black, and all the Rachel Dolezals of the world, all of this mental virus that is pervasive in society now. It's fine if that's what you want to do, fine, but don't complain about it because we're complicit in its creation. So you're going to someone's house, you don't like curry, fine. The mom says, okay, you make something else. This is where we need a whole separate, this is all stuff that'll be on the video or on the audio podcast only. And you won't find most of this on the video. I might have to edit this stuff out just because YouTube and whatnot, they get a little finicky. The son can make something for him to eat. Or you could have said, Mom, what are you making for dinner tonight? My mom's making curry. Maybe we should go out. You're 18. You're an adult. Where I'm from, you either go to work or go to school or you join the military. But either way, if you're living at home, you're following mom's rules. She's cooking for you. You probably don't pay rent. Shut up and eat the curry. If your boyfriend doesn't like it, he can go sit in the living room while we eat dinner if you don't want to make him something different. The reason I clicked on this, because I said, I'm not talking about this anymore, so stupid, is because I knew somebody and she's like, oh, I got to make a separate meal for, my daughter, and then I got to make a separate meal for my son. No. You make dinner and everybody eats. What's this 3 meal stuff? I mean, I get you want to accommodate your kids, but look, you're preparing them to think that they can just go out into the world and everything is going to be as they want, I feel. I could be wrong. Three-legged cat, hours from death in Kyiv, now a regular in UK pub. Cool. Exact time the clocks go back and the odd link to Coldplay's Chris Martin. Yeah, that's weird. Couple left physically shaking after winning £2.5 million cliff top home in a raffle. That's weird. That's weird. My hairdresser hinted that I'm not beautiful. I said it first, but I'm not offended. Okay. UK is a nation of prudes, as nearly half don't want to see nude male centerfolds. Okay, here's your early poll question. Please leave a comment below if you are watching on YouTube. Ladies. Male too, it doesn't matter. Listeners, viewers, excuse me. Do you want to see nude male centerfolds? This is why women don't want your dick pics, guys. I don't know about men because that's not my demographic. Okay, here's the weirdest news we've seen all day. 7 in 10 Brits have tried new international cuisines in the past 12 months. You guys are really reaching, aren't you? Woman forced to sit behind husband's ex during ridiculously awkward 5-hour flight. Okay, easy trick to banishing stubborn sweat patches, according to Lindsay, Queen of Clean. Unreal. Air fryer Nando. Okay. Hero dog saves his owner from burglar and rescues 2 cats from a fiery death. Why are all these time travelers turning up? Time traveler from 2907 says humanity faces horror events, including real-life purge. Bring back a newspaper with the headline of all these things that have happened, or proof. If you can travel through time, you can bring some of that stuff back with you. Don't give me this Terminator nonsense of anything non-organic won't go through. That's why we're naked. Green King, no. How to get fake tan off your toilet seat. Oh, boy. All right. Can we get one decent story? And then I can get on with, you guys can get on with your, okay, we're back to where we were. And I did see some stuff. Oh, wow, that's bad. That's not weird news, but my neighbor parked so close to my front door, it's a struggle to leave the house. If that's an accurate picture, I would kick that Mercedes every time I walked out of my house, or I would be bringing out big stuff. Woman fumes over. No, I think we talked about that one already. We are in Friday's shows, which we never put the video up for because it was just a chaotic weekend, and I apologize for that right now. But this one is coming up. Coming up. We got YouTube notifications. Don't know what that means. People are sharing their no. Primark, no. Kayaker watches jaw-dropping, no. Loch Ness Monster mystery solved by woman who saw beast in another country. We already know what the Loch Ness Monster was. So, bye. Woman accidentally misses her own proposal after wanting better angled photos. I don't doubt that in the slightest bit. Not in the slightest bit. Woman fumes as husband books holiday for the next 18 months without consulting her. Tourist alarmed after setting up secret camera. Okay, we reported on that a week ago. My maid of honor refuses to get her ears pierced for my wedding. Oh, God. These are all stories that you won't even care about right now, let alone next week. I know I promised pre-vetted stories, but I'm really struggling because I'm busy. This is right up my alley. If you've been listening or watching, you will know that I absolutely abhor spelling and grammatical errors, or shall we say, editors missing the obvious on this website. So this story is perfect. Grammar school roasted online after sharing adverts with glaring spelling mistake. I saw an ad from like a major company that had a spelling. They used the wrong two. It was like T-O instead of T-O-O. was like, wow, and you're asking for money? You guys can't even get the word two right. A posh grammar school was left looking rather silly after it shared a post advertising a recent open day with a glaring spelling mistake in its own name. Oh, well done. Dover Grammar School for Boys in Dover, Kent, published the advert in print and online, but eagle-eyed locals, do you really need to be eagle-eyed to point out a typo or a spelling error? Were quick to spot that a mistake had been made in the spelling of the school's name, as they ironically changed grammar to grammar. Okay. Somebody just hadn't had coffee, and they just typed the wrong word, grammar. My neighbor bought a trampoline to spy on us over our garden fence. It's freaky. I can't believe some of the stuff that makes it into the news. This is a top-level nonsensical story. For most of us with gardens, keeping our outside space private is a top priority. After all, we want to be able to enjoy sitting outside or tending to our plants in peace. But one mom, I guess she took the mom's net, has been left fighting to keep prying eyes away from her family's garden, as she has one neighbor who seems determined to peer over their fence. The woman explained her next door neighbor is over friendly and used to constantly strike up conversation over the low garden wall, even when mom and her family wanted some privacy. To combat the issue, the family put up a tall fence in place, but the woman remained determined. Oh, it was a woman. And she claims she has now bought a trampoline just so she can bounce higher than the newly constructed fence. In a post on Mom's Net, what did I tell you? I'm psychic. The woman fumed. Women they fume in this country. Quote, I've had issues with our overly friendly neighbors since we moved in. The original divider between our back gardens was a low hedge. And she would come out and talk to us every single time we were out in the garden. And boy, can she talk. She also used to lift her child over the hedge without asking to play with our child, who was years older and not interested. Eventually, we put up a 6-foot fence on our side of the hedge. You should have put an 8-foot fence, and then got a dog. I tried to warm her up to the idea of this beforehand by saying we're thinking of getting a dog and needed a fence to keep it in. When we put up the fence, she initially made a few jokey comments about how it was harder to talk to us now, but she solved that problem quickly by placing a step on her side and continued to pop up whenever we were in the garden. My husband then planted bamboo along the fence, which shoot up over the summer and is now about 8 feet tall. Last month, we saw from our bedroom window that a large trampoline had appeared in her garden. We assumed it was for her child and thought nothing of it. However, they don't use it. She does. The mom claims her neighbor only ever uses the trampoline when she or her family members are using their garden. So she believes the woman is using the trampoline specifically to spy on her family. We're out of coffee. This show's over. When I was out in the garden a few weeks ago, she popped up over the top of the bamboo, laughing hysterically and shouting, "See what I've had to resort to?" I said something along the lines of, "Is that a trampoline for her child?" And she said it was originally, but it wasn't intended, but he wasn't interested. So she's going to use it for exercise instead. So far, all her excuses have coincided with us being out in the garden. We're now back at square one, and whenever we're out, she appears over the bamboo, laughing and shouting. My husband is very non-confrontational and says the bamboo will keep growing and eventually she won't be able to see over it. But I think this will take years. We would also start losing light if we let it get that high. Commenters on the post were equally baffled by the neighbor's actions, with many telling the woman she needs to be blunt. Look, heifer. One person said, with persistent people like this, you need to be blunt. It's the only way to get across. While another one added, this is the funniest thing I've read on here in ages. have a vision of this woman bouncing and peering into your garden, I have no idea what I would do. It sounds like she will always find a way. Another says, I would tell her straight. A third wrote, she's freaking you out and you don't want to engage? Hey, fair enough. Never ever plant bamboo in your garden. It spreads underground and will invade everything. Go nude. She'll soon stop. There you go. She might be into that. So don't go nude. Don't go nude. Weird news over. MSN. Poll question. Poll question and Bing question. Bing quiz. Kanye buys MAGA. Oh, come on. Kanye. Yawn. NFL wants prominent head coach fired tonight. The NFL does. I doubt that. Kanye West blames Jewish Zionists for Kim Kardashian's sex confession. Would you just release your new album already? I know it won't come out till probably around my birthday. It'll be like in March or April or something. This fool. Anyway, how many daily poll question? How many languages do you speak fluently? 1, 2, 3, or more. This is an American website. Fluent, it says fluently. I'm just going to say 1. Most people probably say 2, but it depends on how many people use this website, but whatever. 86% of 23,402 said 1. 10% said 2, and 4% said 3 or more. Here's a better question. How many languages are spoken in your household? 1 on mine, but I guarantee you 2 is going to be the best one, especially in America, because a lot of people speak Spanish in America. A lot of people speak Asian languages, whether that be Chinese, Korean, Arab languages. It's got to be 2. There's a lot of Polish people. I grew up in suburban Detroit, so we have a lot of culture. We have this, like, the largest Arab or Muslim population in the country at the time, Dearborn. So I'm going with 2. Wow. 89% of 20,000 plus people said 1 language. 9% said 2. 2% said 3 plus. That's interesting. I definitely would have thought it would have been more, but maybe you know who's reading this website. Steve Carell, Bing quiz, excuse me. And we're getting you out of here. Steve Carell played the boss in The Office. What was his character name? Come on. I don't even watch the show and I know what his name was. 23% got it wrong. Another 18% got it wrong. 59% got it right. Michael Scott. We don't even need to read that one. Let's get to the next one. These are dumb. We're not doing a quiz today because these questions aren't really any interest. What else can we talk about? I feel like we really let you guys down today. Cancer vaccine by 2030. Touch that. Near freezing temperatures could establish new record lows across a wide swath of the South. Okay. A Starbucks in Indianapolis is closing over safety concerns. Okay, there's nothing, you guys. There's literally nothing. I apologize. All this is going to end up getting cut out. Probably not because I'm lazy and I don't like to do edits. I just want to give you a raw news experience. A Portland man bought a 70-year-old double-decker bus and turned it into a tiny home that he rents out on Airbnb. Take a look at how he did it. No, I'm not going to take a look at how he did it, but I've seen that these unique places on the Airbnb live on all these weird locations. Doesn't matter what I saw. I don't remember, but Airbnb, isn't it over? It's over. People still do the Airbnb thing. I'd rather just go to a hotel and just let them come clean and breakfast is downstairs. Airbnb is dead. Who wants to travel and go stay in somebody else's stuff? Last time I had an Airbnb, it was because I was going to be in central London and I was doing what I'm going to be doing this week, actually. I had back-to-back voiceover sessions for a podcast called Out of This World, Season 2, launching next year. I'll be in season 2 and 3. I'm only in the end of season 2, but season 3, they got me talking. That won't be till hopefully next year as well. Hopefully they don't wait till 2024 to launch that one. Anyway, I stayed in this Airbnb. Here's probably the most interesting part of the podcast. We should make this a hot take or a clip or something. I stayed in this Airbnb in London because I was going to be in the recording studio 2 days on the trot. And I didn't want to come all the way back home and then come all the way back down there. So I'm like, all right, I'll just actually, I was there for a couple nights, more than one. I was there for about 3, maybe 2 or 3 nights, 2 nights. I stay in this Airbnb and it's a shared setup, apparently. And I think what it was is this woman was renting it out. She had a 2-bedroom flat or apartment, and one room had a tenant living in it, and the other room she rented out. So this guy was there when I got there, which I didn't know. He wasn't the owner. So I'm like, all right, who the hell is this guy? Secondly, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. So there's a guy, right? Fine, whatever. I have my own room and it has its own bathroom. I'm just there for 2 nights to shower and leave. I'm not leaving anything there. It's fine. This guy starts watching TV at 90-year-old, I can't hear Jack Sprat levels, and is laughing his head off so loud at every single, I swear this guy was on something, which fine, but not when I'm trying to sleep. So this goes on into the night. It's 11 o'clock. I messaged the woman. I'm like, look, this guy's TV is so loud right now. She's like, oh, do you go knock on his door? I can't get a hold. I'm like, you can't get a hold of him because his TV is so loud. I don't even have a TV in my room. Don't need it, but no TV. Nothing to counter it with. I'd have put it right up to the door and just left it on. So she says, call him or go knock on. I'm not knocking on this man's door. I don't know this guy. He's your responsibility, not mine. Anyway, long story less long, I ended up going to the Marriott the next night because I was like, look, lady, I'm not staying here. Maybe I stayed there 2 nights. Either way, I was like, peace. She's like, don't leave me a bad review. You must be crazy if you think I'm going to let this slide. People need to know. You don't want to end up in this situation, do you? There's no reason for you to have to struggle because I didn't leave a review for something that clearly needs to be brought to the attention of people like yourself. I did what? Anyway, I shouldn't be reading stuff on that. We're done. I'm shutting the heck up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you did watch, please, like I said, leave a thumbs up, and I would even be more appreciative if you would subscribe and tick that bell. But I'm not begging. You know what you want to do. If you want to see this again, you know what you got to do. So Vaughn Joseph here. Follow us on Instagram, the new Instagram, like I keep saying, at V3TVUK. And that's for news.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.